Imagine sipping a cold Belican beer on a pristine beach, the Caribbean sun warming your face, and you just spent less on your entire vacation than you would on a weekend in Miami. Sound too good to be true? Well, buckle up because we are about to journey to Belize to uncover 10 interesting facts to one of Central America's best-kept secrets. Here's something that'll blow your mind. Belize is the only English-speaking country in Central America. I'm not kidding. While you're fumbling with Google Translate in Guatemala or Costa Rica, you'll be having full conversations with locals in Belize City about the best spot to catch sunrise. It's like having a secret shortcut to authentic cultural experiences. But here's where it gets really interesting, and this is something most travelers don't realize. Sure, English is the official language, but Belize is this incredible melting pot where you'll hear Creole, Spanish, Garifuna, and various Mayan languages floating through the air. Many Belizeans speak 3 or more languages fluently. How impressive is that? And can we talk about Creole for a second? It's this wonderfully warm dialect that'll make you feel like you're being welcomed into someone's family. Instead of good morning, you'll hear good morning, with this musical lilt that just puts a smile on your face. It's English, but with this beautiful Caribbean soul that makes every conversation feel special. Now, speaking of conversations with locals, let me ask you something. What's the first thing you want to know when you arrive somewhere new? If you're like me, it's where are the best beaches nobody talks about? Well, in Belize, the answer is going to surprise you. Get ready for this number. Belize has over 400 cays. That's keys for those of you wondering about the pronunciation. 400. To put that in perspective, that's more individual islands than most countries have major cities. Each one of these cays has its own personality too. Take Caye Caulker. This is where backpackers and budget travelers fall head over heels. It's got this wonderfully relaxed, no shoes, no problem vibe where the biggest decision you'll make is whether to grab lunch from the street vendor or the beachside cafe. The locals have a saying there, go slow, and trust me, once you're swinging in a hammock with your toes in crystal clear water, you'll understand why.
If you're enjoying this journey so far, don't forget to like and share this video. Your support helps us share these types of videos with a global audience. Thanks. Now back to the show.
Then there's Ambergris Caye, home to San Pedro, and this is where things get luxurious. We're talking world-class Belize resorts that rival anything in the Bahamas or Barbados, but at a fraction of the cost. Imagine waking up to powder-white sand beaches, stepping out onto your private deck, and seeing water so clear you can count fish from your balcony. But here's the kicker, and this is my favorite part. Most of these cayes are ringed by vibrant coral reefs that are literally just steps from shore. You don't need expensive boat tours or complicated logistics. You can wake up, grab your snorkel gear, walk into the water, and within minutes, you're swimming alongside tropical fish that look like they escaped from a screensaver. Speaking of those reefs, here's something that's going to make you want to book a flight right now. What you're looking at isn't just any coral reef system. The Mesoamerican Barrier Reef, the reef system that runs along Belize's coast, is the second largest barrier reef in the entire world. The second largest. We're talking about 190 miles of underwater paradise that's home to over 450 species of fish. Now let me ask you something. How many of you consider yourselves beginners when it comes to snorkeling or diving? Don't worry, this reef system is like the perfect teacher. It's spectacular enough to amaze experts, but gentle and accessible enough for first-timers to fall in love with the underwater world. Picture this. You're floating above gardens of brain coral and sea fans, watching angelfish dance around you like living jewels. Parrotfish are munching on coral nearby, making that distinctive crunching sound that becomes oddly relaxing. And if you're really lucky, you might spot an eagle ray gliding by like it's putting on a private show just for you. The reef is divided into 7 protected zones, including the famous Hol Chan Marine Reserve and Glover's Reef. What I love about this is that every time you visit, you're directly supporting conservation efforts. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which means your vacation dollars are literally helping preserve one of the planet's most important ecosystems. But let's be honest, when most people think about diving in Belize, there's one particular spot that comes to mind. And trust me, it's even more incredible than the photos suggest. How many of you have seen those aerial photos of a perfect dark blue circle in the middle of turquoise water and thought, that can't be real? Well, I'm here to tell you it's not only real, it's even more dramatic in person. The Great Blue Hole is over 400 feet deep and nearly 1,000 feet wide. To put that in perspective, you could fit the entire Statue of Liberty inside this thing and still have room to spare. It's this massive marine sinkhole that looks like someone took a giant cookie cutter to the ocean floor. Jacques Cousteau, the legendary explorer himself, put this place on every serious diver's bucket list when he explored it in the 1970s. And when you descend into those deep blue waters, you understand why. The light filters down in these dramatic shafts, illuminating ancient stalactites that formed when this was a dry cave thousands of years ago. You might encounter Caribbean reef sharks cruising through the depths, or the otherworldly midnight parrotfish that seem to glow in the blue light. Now here's the beautiful thing. Even if diving 400 feet down isn't your thing, you can still experience the blue hole. Scenic flyovers give you that iconic aerial view that'll make your Instagram followers incredibly jealous. Or you can snorkel around the rim, where the water is shallower but still crystal clear. But you know what? While the blue hole gets all the attention, Belize has another claim to fame that wildlife enthusiasts are absolutely crazy about. Here's something that'll make you the most interesting person at your next dinner party. Belize is home to the only wildlife sanctuary in the world created specifically for jaguars. The Coxcomb Basin Wildlife Sanctuary protects nearly 150 square miles of pristine rainforest, winding rivers, and mountain habitat. Now, I'll be honest with you, spotting an actual jaguar is rare. These cats are masters of stealth, and they prefer to stay hidden. But here's what's amazing. Even if you don't see a jaguar, the experience of hiking through their territory is absolutely incredible. You'll encounter pumas, tapirs that look like they're from another planet, and howler monkeys that'll wake you up better than any alarm clock. The bird life alone is worth the trip. We're talking about toucans with beaks so colorful they look hand-painted, and parrots that'll have full conversations with you if you're patient enough. What I love most about this sanctuary is what it represents. This is a country that said, we're going to set aside 150 square miles of prime real estate for wildlife conservation. That's the kind of forward-thinking environmental protection that gives you hope for the planet. And speaking of incredible conservation stories, let's talk about why this small country has managed to preserve so much ancient history. Belize has more than 900 ancient Maya sites scattered throughout the country. 900! That's more archaeological sites than most countries have McDonald's restaurants. But here's the best part, and this is where Belize really shines. These ruins aren't overrun with tour buses and crowds. Many of them are still surrounded by lush jungle, giving you this incredible Indiana Jones feeling as you explore. Take Sunantunik, where you can climb El Castillo and get panoramic views of the jungle canopy stretching to the horizon. Or Caracol, where the Kana Pyramid, locals call it the Sky Palace, rises 143 feet above the forest floor. When you're standing up there, looking out over an unbroken green canopy, you get this profound sense of connection to the ancient Maya astronomers and kings who once stood in that exact spot.
Curious to dive deeper into today's episode? Click the link in the description for a detailed article exploring this incredible country even further.
The guided tours here are fantastic because they bring these stones to life with stories of Maya astronomy, royal dynasties, and ancient rituals. You're not just looking at old buildings, you're connecting with a civilization that understood mathematics and astronomy better than most cultures of their time. And here's something that's happening right now that makes this the perfect time to visit. Belize just had its biggest tourism year ever in 2024, welcoming over 1.5 million visitors. But before you think that means it's getting too crowded, here's the thing. Most of those visitors are day trippers from cruise ships. The real Belize, the one we're talking about, is still this beautiful, undiscovered gem. The country has been smart about growth too. They've added new direct flights from major U.S. cities and Canada, making it easier than ever to get there. And as of 2025, they've upgraded their digital entry system, which means no more standing in long lines at customs. You fill out your information online, and you're through immigration in minutes. What's really exciting is how this growth is supporting everything from luxury Belize resorts in San Pedro to family-run eco-lodges deep in the jungle. There's literally something for every budget and every type of traveler. And that brings us to one of my favorite aspects of Belize, the incredible variety of adventures waiting for you. Here's a statistic that'll blow your mind. Over 80% of Belize's rainforests are either protected or completely inaccessible. What that means for you is that this country is like a living, breathing wildlife sanctuary. We're talking about a place where you can hear black howler monkeys, which happen to be among the world's loudest animals, from over 2 miles away, where toucans, tapirs, and crocodiles still roam freely in their natural habitats. For you birdwatchers out there, Belize is paradise. Over 500 bird species call this place home, making it one of the premier birding destinations in the world. Whether you're a serious birder with a life list or someone who just enjoys seeing beautiful creatures, you're going to be amazed. But it's not just about watching wildlife from a distance. Belize has some of the most extensive cave systems in Central America, where you can float down underground rivers by inner tube, surrounded by ancient stalactites and the occasional bat colony. You can zipline through jungle canopies, getting a monkey's eye view of the forest, or simply float down mysterious rivers, letting the current carry you past howler monkeys and tropical birds. Now all this adventure works up quite an appetite, and that brings us to one of Belize's most underrated attractions. Belize's cultural diversity is like a master chef's recipe. You take Maya traditions, add some mestizo influences, mix in Creole warmth, season with Garifuna rhythms, and add a surprising Mennonite community for good measure. The result? A cultural experience unlike anywhere else in the Caribbean. Let's talk about the food for a minute, because this is where Belize gets really interesting. You've got to try gibnut. Locals call it royal rat, which I know sounds terrible, but it's actually this delicious, tender meat that's considered a delicacy. Don't knock it until you've tried it. Then there are fry jacks for breakfast. Imagine the most perfectly fluffy, crispy bread you've ever tasted, often served with beans and eggs. And panis, which are like little pockets of heaven filled with fish or beans and fried to golden perfection. The cultural festivals here are incredible too. You'll experience Garifuna drum music that gets into your bones, Maya agricultural rituals that connect you to ancient traditions, and Creole street parties that'll have you dancing until sunrise. But you know what I love most about Belizean culture? The people. Belizeans are famously friendly and relaxed. There's this genuine warmth where visitors are greeted like family. It's not just tourism hospitality. It's real kindness that makes you want to come back. And for those of you who are serious divers, I've saved one of the best underwater experiences for last. For divers looking for something completely different, let me tell you about the Wit Concrete Wreck. This is the largest artificial reef in the region, and it offers a totally different underwater landscape than the natural coral formations. This ship was intentionally sunk to create habitat for marine life, and the transformation has been incredible. The wreck is now home to massive groupers, schools of snappers, and colorful soft corals that have completely covered the structure. Swimming through the ship's corridors and compartments is like exploring an underwater city that nature has reclaimed. What makes this special is how it complements the other diving experiences in Belize. You can dive the Blue Hole for that deep, mysterious experience, explore the barrier reef for tropical fish and coral gardens, and then dive the Wit Concrete for this unique artificial reef experience. It's like getting 3 completely different underwater worlds in one trip.
If you're enjoying this video and want to support the channel, consider shopping through our affiliate links in the description. It won't cost you anything extra, but it helps us cover the costs of creating more great content for you. Thank you.
Now let me ask you something. After everything I've told you about Belize, what's the one thing that's got you most excited? Is it the idea of swimming in crystal clear water steps from your accommodation? The thought of exploring ancient Maya temples without fighting crowds? Or maybe it's the prospect of having real conversations with locals in English while experiencing authentic Caribbean culture? Here's what I think makes Belize truly special. It's all of these things combined with something you can't put a price on: value. You're getting Caribbean beauty at a fraction of what you'd pay in other destinations. You're experiencing rich cultural diversity that most places can only dream of. And you're getting both adventure and relaxation options, often within walking distance of each other. Whether you're planning a quick getaway to Caye Caulker for that laid-back island vibe, or you want to experience luxury at Belize resorts in San Pedro Belize, or you're dreaming of exploring everything from San Pedro to Belize City, this country delivers experiences that'll stay with you long after your tan fades. For those thinking about longer-term stays, Belize offers incredibly affordable living costs that make it attractive for remote workers, retirees, or anyone looking to stretch their dollars while living in paradise. But here's my challenge for you. Don't just take my word for it. I want to hear from you. What was your favorite discovery from everything we've talked about today? Was there something that surprised you? Something that made you immediately start thinking about flights? Drop a comment below and let me know what caught your attention most. And if this has got you excited about exploring more hidden gems around the world, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because I've got another surprising destination coming up next week that's going to completely change how you think about budget travel in paradise. Trust me, The next destination on our list is going to make you wonder why you ever thought you needed to spend a fortune to experience the world's most beautiful places. Until next time, keep exploring, keep discovering, and remember, the best adventures are the ones that surprise you.
Next time, we're diving into something even more unexpected. Make sure you're subscribed to come along. Don't forget to check out our other videos on the right for more amazing stories. For more details about this video, travel guides, and travel-related items, be sure to check out our blog at www.travelwithsave.com. Thanks for watching. See you in the next adventure.